I've officially taken over 5 million steps in 2024. I've struggled with my weight for my whole life, and I made it my mission to be more active this year. You can look at pictures of me when I'm 8, 10 years old. I'm already overweight, if not obese. And I continue to put on weight throughout the years until I was my biggest at 19 years old. I went to the doctor for an annual checkup. I stepped on the scale as usual, and the numbers never registered. The doctor asked me to step off. They told me that the scale only goes up to 300 pounds and that I exceeded the limit. That day, something sparked inside me. I decided that I needed to make some big changes in my life. But there were two big problems in the way. One, I was addicted to food. And two, I didn't know a damn thing about fitness or nutrition. I'm talking about I thought a Supreme pizza was healthy because it had vegetables. At that point, in my mind, I had tried just about every diet there is out there. And by that I mean white knuckling my way through 2 or 3 days of eating chicken breast and salad before I caved and ended up binging all the calories back and more. So I decided to scour the internet looking for answers. I eventually came across fasting, a phenomenon that entails not eating for a prolonged period of time, something completely foreign to me at the time. I decided that since nothing else had worked for me at that point, I'd give it a shot. Fueled by hatred for my body and wanting to feel normal for the first time in my life, I was able to push through 4.5 days before I broke. My first weigh-in after the fast was 288.4. I can't describe to you the feeling I had, the feeling of accomplishment. After 4 days of suffering, for the first time in my life, the numbers on the scale went down instead of up. So, my 19-year-old brain convinced myself that that was the only way I could lose weight, so that's what I did. I would fast for 2 or 3 days at a time, binge eat in between, but I was still losing weight overall. I repeated that cycle until I got to the lowest weight of my adult life, which was 207. Then after a combination of running out of willpower and hating the process, I ended up ballooning back up to 260 pounds. So I was back up to 260 at 23 years old. I decided to look into a more sustainable approach, somewhere I wouldn't hate my existence. I then learned about intermittent fasting, which is where you eat within a certain window, and depending on how long your window is, you can eat bigger meals. I took that bigger meals thing a little too far, and I would straight up binge to the point where my stomach hurt. And being that I like to learn things the hard way, it took me about 6 months before I was able to control it and dial back the portions a little bit. Safe to say I lost virtually no weight in that time span. So for the next 6 months, I continued the intermittent fasting with the dialed back portions. I did basketball as my exercise, and I lifted here and there, but there was nothing too consistent. Overall, it worked a little bit, but because of injuries and general fatigue, I had to sit out a lot of days. Overall, I lost just under 20 pounds, putting me at a little over 240 to start 2024. After some conversations with friends and realizing on my own that basketball might not be the best exercise for me at my current weight, I decided I needed to try something a little different, a little lower impact on the joints. I was still playing basketball every day, but I thought I'd dial it back a little bit and add in the jogging to lower the impact overall. So I ran a mile a day every day for a month. In the cold, in the rain, even when I didn't get much sleep, I ran. Now at the end of the 30 days, what did that get me? 2 pounds of weight loss and some severe shin splints. But it also gave me 2 valuable lessons. One, I can't do the exercise that people of a healthy weight can just because my body's gonna fight back. Second, and more importantly, I learned that I was committed. For the first time in my life, I thought 100% I will get to a healthy weight one day. I just have to find the right strategy. If I was able to run every day when I didn't want to, when my shins hurt, then I could do this. So I invested in an elliptical and a walking pad. I've heard that making exercise as convenient as possible is the best way to stay consistent. And in 2024, I was more consistent than I've ever been. I averaged almost 14,000 steps a day. You multiply that by 366 days because I think it was a leap year, and it's over 5 million. The math will be on the screen. I made it my mission to be more active this year, and I can confidently say I've done that. But the elliptical and treadmill are lower intensity cardio, something that I always thought burned less calories. And it does per unit of time. But if you do it for long enough, those calories start to add up. It also gave me the benefit of being more consistent with my lifting because the lower intensity cardio was just less stress on my body. So how have these changes affected my physique and my weight? Well, here's the update. Here's what I looked like at the beginning of the year, and here's what I look like now. Overall, I lost 25 pounds. Not sure if I put on any muscle, but my lifts have all gone up. Currently sitting at 216, almost back to my lowest weight of my adult life, and this time I did it without hating myself and my eating habits. Still have another 40 pounds to lose to get to my goal, but I'm proud of myself. I've learned a lot over the years during this journey, but I think the biggest takeaway is that fitness is a lifestyle, something you do every day. There is no finish line. When I get to my goal of 175, it doesn't just stop. So I have to find something I can stick to for the long term. Well, I think I found it, but I guess only time will tell. Excited to see where we'll be at by the end of 2025. Stay tuned. Happy New Year's, y'all. Peace.